Oh no! She broke the cup! Hey y'all, welcome to the Magnolia State. My name's Brandon, and this is my English lab Willow. Each week we like to show the highlights and sometimes the lowlights of our time together. Okay, and as always, I'm definitely not a professional trainer. I like watching how other people interact with their dogs, so feel free to grab some ideas from how I train and spend my time with Willow each week. This was her first full week back after having surgery, and since taking a couple of weeks off to heal got her a tad rusty, as you'll see later in this video, it was good that right away on one of our walks, we came upon a couple of leashed dogs. Like always, I put her in a heel and leashed her. This one was pulling towards Willow, but the next one seemed to have some good manners. Stop. She needed one slight upwards pop during that crossing, but she did a good job, and once we were past the dogs, I put her in a sit, unhooked a leash, and freed her. Now we're gonna head over to the hardware store with Willow and one of Willow's favorite people. This week I needed to grab some new numbers for the mailbox, and some mulch for the flower beds, so I brought my daughter along so she and Willow could get some training in while we were there. The most important thing for Willow to be able to do in this type situation is loose leash walking, impulse control, and focus. Good. I also think it's a pretty good confidence builder for a teenager to be able to handle a well-trained dog in situations like this. They both did great, so it's time to turn up the difficulty by adding in some startling noises. Good girl. 3. If Willow can sit with someone besides me during loud bangs and walk in a heel with someone besides me when the cart I'm pushing is distractingly loud, then I feel confident Willow can tag along with me in most situations. This pop is my daughter asking for focus, so watch how many times Willow checks in with her while I'm grabbing mulch. It takes a lot of this kind of thing. They all got their thing. And now, watch this lab do some pro good girl stuff. Labs love people, and this guy gets just a tad too close to Willow's personal space. She checks back in with my daughter, then checks to see where that guy went. He ends up coming back and getting a little closer to Willow. You see Willow move a little, her tail starts to wag, but she stays where she's supposed to stay. I saw it happening, so I started giving my daughter directions on how to avoid any potential lack in judgment from Willow. Don't give her so much leash. If she moves, just pull straight up, and that's Willow's cue to sit back down.
Willow, heel.
They both did a great job, and it's time to head to the checkout. My daughter went ahead, and then further ahead, but I couldn't have been prouder of both of them for a job well done. And while I waited in line, they worked. Anytime Willow's tagging along, she's turning people's heads. They both did so good, we headed over to Sonic for some cold drinks and cold ice. You ready for a cup of ice? Catch, leave it, release. This is my preferred version of a pup cup for Willow. Hey, you got a whole cup up here. Oh no! She broke the cup.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. All right, more in a little bit. Let's head back to the house for some hard work and lessons learned. This week, the youngest finally got old enough to help out with the yard. So while he's cutting, we're messing around, aren't we? Where you at? Eating grass while he cuts it. I've never had extra help before. Guys, coming up is something I should have seen coming and prevented. What do you think, huh? What do you think? Y'all, at this point, Willow hadn't had a lot of exercise in a couple of weeks because of her surgery. I don't know if anybody's noticed, but she hates the blower, but she'll stick around this thing. That's insane what they can get used to. Ha! There she goes. That was the start of her getting a little too wound up. And now she's got the full-on zoomies while I'm weed eating with my head pointed down and not looking in her direction. She's there 1 second, so I'm cutting, but then I look up and she's nowhere. Where'd she go, Willow? Willow! There she is, across the road, zooming as fast as she can. She usually never does this, but she hadn't gotten out a lot of energy in a couple of weeks because of that surgery I mentioned. So when I wasn't looking, her zoomies took over and put her in a dangerous situation. Willow, come! Hey, let's go to the house. Go. Go to the house. Go. Go. Let's go. Right here. Yes, stay. Nope. Okay, right there. I put her in a stay, but she wasn't choosing good behavior on this day. So that's just a good example of how dogs aren't robots. They're not perfect. So there were 2 fails. She ran in the street, which she never does, but she had the zoomies because she hasn't been out. And then she didn't stay on her inner stay up here like she was supposed to because of all the distractions. So this next week, just back to training, back to work. We got lucky no cars were on the road when she ran out into it, and her stay is usually pretty rock solid, but things don't always go as planned. That's why I train her though. Good training creates safety for a dog. Speaking of training, we had another opportunity to work on how she should pass other dogs when we ran up on our old Grane Dane pals during one of her walks this week. Off leash and behaving perfectly. Okay, free. You're free. That's enough training. Let's head back over to the house for something fun. All right, fetch day. Heel. Yes, leave it. Hey, heel. All right, we gotta pick it up by this end, okay? By this end. You wanna run with it for a minute? You wanna run with it for a minute? All right, you ready? Release. Leave it. Release. Good. Good. Numbers on our mailbox have come off. Gives me an opportunity to 1, get her out, and 2, remind her of the boundary that she doesn't need to cross up here near the road that she crossed when we were weed eating right over here. Most of the time, when we come down here, she does exactly what she's doing right now, which is walks beside me, and then once we get down here near the road, she just kind of stops at a certain point. Right about here, she usually starts to fall behind. Right there. Good girl. Okay, sit. And that's usually about how far she stays away from the road. So the other day when we were weed eating, she hadn't been outside in so long just because she had her surgery. I guess she just got the zoomies like crazy. And she just, right across here, right out into that field. I mean, could have been bad news from that direction. Could have been bad news from that direction. So she's still over there, staying in her little sit-stay. Good girl. Good girl, Willow. Sit. Good girl. Okay, free. Good girl. Y'all, thanks for tagging along this week. I think we did a good job getting Willow back on track and back to her normal self after surgery. As always, subscribe if you like watching a good girl do good things. Also, feel free to comment below if you've been able to get some good ideas from us for your relationship with your dog. We'll see you on the next one.